Park, who is a staff member here. So we're gonna go right into the interview and ask her really interesting questions. My first question is, how long have you been working here at Mason Korea?
Yeah, so I started working last July, so it's been a bit more than a year.
What made you want to work here, actually?
So I used to live in Virginia for a very long time, and so I was very familiar with George Mason University at Fairfax. When I worked at a high school, I've had a whole bunch of my students who end up going to George Mason. So I was very familiar, and I thought it was very interesting for them to have campus in Korea, and that's how it kind of sparked my interest.
Really? Wow. What is your role for new Korean and international students?
So I know many students meet me during the COVID era for quarantine. However, my main role actually is the student care and conduct coordinator. So under care, I provide resources and information and talk to students about disability services, general student care, scholarship information, anything that could help students that is not on the academic side, but just if they're like facing any challenges, just like try to help with the students so that they can have a great time here. And a big part of what I do is the student conduct, which is straightforward. I meet with the students for conduct hearing, and yeah, I'm one of the officers here.
New students and people who are trying to get integrated in the school, it's really, really important to have someone to talk to about things that aren't just academic. Please come visit her. What is your main goal for this semester?
I think it was one of the biggest goals, very successful this semester, was that there needs to be some sort of need-based scholarship for students, current students. We do have a need-based scholarship for entering students, but we didn't really have that for the current students. So it was a long, difficult project. We finally kind of got everything organized, and now we have a scholarship called Patriot Access, which is like a need-based scholarship for current students.
Wow, oh my gosh. I can't even imagine first of all, how long that took.
Yeah.
But second, that is so beneficial. I think the entrance scholarship was like really amazing opportunity, especially for me, like deciding, but it can be difficult to continue if that was your case.
Yeah.
So oh my god, thank you for that.
I had a lot of people and staff members helping me, but I think it's great because the students that I've talked to, sometimes their financial situations change, especially during the COVID era. I hope it will be very helpful for many students.
Do you have any specific advice to give any of your students?
So I've started during COVID, so I think students really had difficult time just coming into my office and stopping by, but especially now that we are moving into that with COVID lifestyle, I hope the students would visit staff at Mason Korea, come in person and just like say hi, get to know them, especially like me, because I do have a lot of resources, but students sometimes are not aware.
So you like more as like the one who helped a lot during quarantine, which is definitely super beneficial. We needed that. We needed somebody, and you were there. Let me tell you, quarantine can be so hectic sometimes, and she led all of us through it. Like, there were so many questions, so many things that needed to be exact, and I thank you so much for that.
Yeah, so like just come by, say hi. I have snacks, and I'm planning to have like a coffee section, like a little machine here as well. So
that's so cute.
I hope students could feel like more comfortable stopping by.
Right, go visit her. How have you felt more specifically about COVID during this time, since it was like since you've started here at least?
I think because of that change of the government COVID level, there were so many changes for everyone, and I think that was very difficult because we went from online to part hybrid mode and then back to online. I think COVID itself is so tiring for everyone.
Right.
Yeah, so I think it was pretty difficult, but I'm glad that now we are moving into that with COVID lifestyle.
Me too.
And hopefully like we'll get to do a lot more student activities and in-person activities, so I'm very excited for that.
Me too. What would you say is the most difficult part of your job?
The most difficult part about my job, I think, would be when things are like not in my control or students' control. So students would come in to get help for like financial needs when they're facing difficult situations and that jeopardizes whether or not they can stay at Mason or they need to pause. Or I try my best, and all the staff I do here try their best so that the students can continue their education at Mason Korea. However, sometimes we do see few cases, some cases where it is completely out of students' control or my control. I think that's one of the difficult things to see. Some students really want to continue their education here. However, when that's not, even though like after trying and trying to find the best resources we can, you know, it doesn't always go that way.
Right.
It's really sad to see some students unfortunately leaving.
Like you said, we don't really want to see people who want to continue their education have a situation where it is like that.
Yeah.
But I thank you for trying your best for at least all those situations. I think that is really important. What is your morning routine before you go to work?
So I don't have that much of a morning routine because I do commute from Seoul to Incheon. So my drive is about an hour and a half drive every morning.
Right.
So I do wake up very early and I try to just get out of the door in time so that but I do hit a lot of traffic. But I guess like I listen to podcasts on my way here.
Do you have a podcast to recommend?
It's just a silly. I do love Conan O'Brien, so I do listen to him a lot, and just him talking to different celebrities or yeah, things like that. And going home is not better.
Is the traffic worse like during the time?
So I try to work out and just kind of kill time until 8 or 9.
Oh, okay, that's actually kind of smart though. What is a tip to managing your time well, considering that?
I'm the type of person I need to write everything down or put it in my phone. So my phone, calendar in my phone becomes very handy, even the Outlook calendar. And I just try to stay organized and set deadlines for myself. I usually set like a soft deadline and then so that I try not to procrastinate. I do have a tendency to procrastinate.
A lot of people do.
But I do feel like a sense of accomplishment if I like meet the soft deadline.
Last question for this interview, but what is the most exciting part of your job?
I think meeting students and hearing their stories. I think that's one of the best things about, especially working at Student Affairs Office. I think that's one of the perks of our, and I think all my coworkers would agree. And just like I get to meet so many different students from so many different backgrounds and learn more about them and just hearing their stories. I think that's really fun. Yeah.
Okay, you guys, stay tuned for the next interview. We're gonna ask her a lot of fun questions, but for now, we'll see you later. Goodbye. Bye.